everyone, and welcome to Wednesdays at Noon with Pumpkin Fights. And of course, I'm Shanique. I'm your host, and I'm here every week with a different topic and a different guest. So I'm here this week with Linda Beedle from Beedlebug, and we'll find out exactly who she is and why this company was created in just a second. But before we get started, I want to actually thank frontline workers and essential workers like we do every week. And also to remind everyone that if you're able to, and if you're not vaccinated, to wear a mask. Even though I am vaccinated, I'm still choosing to wear a mask. That's totally your choice. But we are an encouraging company that tries to do our part as a small business. So yeah, I want to also describe myself. I'm a Black woman that is wearing ginger colored braids right now with a gray cardigan and a gray wall behind me with a white banner that has a white background and rainbow text that says Pumpkin Fudge, and underneath it says Inclusive by Design, Toys, Bags, Jobs, of course. To the side of that, you see a little bit of my window, which is kind of like too bright. So I'm going to move that over a little. I'm wearing glasses and some little hoop earrings. And yeah, that's me. And Linda, if you'd like to, you want to describe yourself?
Sure. I guess I would say I'm a more mature woman. I have blondish hair right now. I'm wearing glasses, which I don't love, but I have to because I can't see anything as my eyes have gotten older. I have a rose-colored background behind me and an orange top on.
I love that. I love your flower backdrop behind
Thank you.
It's so beautiful. And for those who are listening, it's actually pink and white and green with like some really realistic looking roses. It's beautiful.
Thanks for describing that better. Yes.
Of course, no worries. So yeah, we can jump right into it. Linda, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, I have been my grandson's caretaker for about 11 years now. Officially about 8 years, but he is 11 years old. His name is Cohen. And most recently, I have created this line of socks for him. So I'm an entrepreneur and business owner and designer and a lot of things right now. But yeah, that's who I am. I have 2 grown children and 3 total grandchildren. Cohen has 2 other siblings who are 9 and 4.
That's amazing. And when I shared this live, I let people know like it's a really unique and amazing story because we still believe that it's an amazing story. It's rare that you hear grandparents start up an entire business for their grandchildren.
Yeah, he and I are very, very connected, and I think that we've just tried to make things easier for him, try to find things to help him through his day, and it sort of evolved, and I figured it's a very sweet and simple idea, and it's patented, and I've gone through all of those steps as well. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been a lot of fun.
I'm sure. And where did the company name come from? Can you tell us?
Well, my last name is Beedle, and it's actually my husband's name, I say. And for a long time, I didn't want to take his name, but because I just was like, Beedle. But now I'm like, I think it's very cute, Beedlebug, and I thank him all the time because he was always called the Beedlebug. And so anyway, now it's now it just means a lot.
Yeah. I would imagine. I love that that story. And I know you talked a little bit about your grandson, but can you tell us specifically why you decided to create socks?
Well, socks are hugely challenging for anybody with dexterity issues because, you've got to get your foot in that opening and it's tricky. So I just, like I always do, watching him, observing him, and he couldn't do his socks. We always have done his socks. And so this idea just came to me, and then, you kind of make a little prototype and you try to figure it out. And I put these holes in socks on the side, and and he was able to pull them up even easier. So they're
Yeah.
like just little embroiders. We call them pulleys because nobody really wants a hole in their sock, but he can put his fingers through and pull them up. And so that's
Honestly, that's
where it came from.
convenient. I love that so much that you thought to put a hole because honestly, it is. Like, it's really hard for those who have dexterity and fine motor
Hmm.
development issues like that.
Right.
And people don't realize like what it really takes to pull up the socks, especially if the socks are maybe too small for you or you have maybe a larger leg or any kind
Mhm.
of situation you're in. I mean, the holes are immediately easier because all you have to do is put your finger through
Fingers through
pull
them.
it up.
Yep. Pull 'em up. Yes. And so, yeah, we have we've realized so that the aging community really appreciates these as well. So people who've had maybe they have arthritis or they have other challenges where socks are difficult. These
Yeah,
have we love that we're able to help a lot of different folks, and really we say they're for everyone because we hope that the designs are cute and fun and they all say something wonderful on the toe that reads to the wearer. So this one says um, practice makes progress. And
um,
I like to say things that are positive, and I never say practice makes perfect because nobody's perfect. But so they all have different uplifting sayings that you can look down and read on your socks if your auntie sent you these socks or your mom sent you these socks, and you can look down and see a little love message, I guess.
I love that. I actually didn't even know that the
Oh, you
socks
did it.
had
Yeah.
quotes on them. I'm a big quote girl myself. I
Yeah,
love
I
quotes.
love quotes too. I'm just a sucker for a good quote.
Me too. We feel the same. What are some key differences? I mean, obviously the holes, but what are some key differences
Well,
between your socks and traditional?
well, I think it depends on the sock, but obviously, like, I feel like there aren't a lot of socks that have this message that read to the wearer. There's a lot of socks that, on the back, they say, if you can read this, do this. But so having that message read towards the person wearing the sock, um, they're made mostly cotton, so they're really soft and they're comfortable. They've got a nice heel, a Y-shaped heel for comfort and fit, and they're almost seamless. I can't say seamless, but you can barely feel it. So those with sensory issues or nobody likes to feel that seam in the sock. So we've tried to touch on all of
Yeah,
those things. Excuse me. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. How did you become an entrepreneur?
Oh, well, I don't know how like to describe that, but I
Mhm.
have had some businesses before. I've owned a gymnastics school when I was really young and taught children gymnastics and had a competitive team then. And also, I had an executive search firm at one point for over 10 years. And so, it wasn't as scary maybe to start because I kind of had some all very new, very different. There's a challenge every day, but it's good. I love to learn. And so, you know, you just have to start, I guess, when you decide you're going to do this or if you want to become an entrepreneur, you just have to take that first step. And so, whatever that is, going to a business meeting through SBA or, Small Business Association or some other organizations that offer education to help get you started.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Was SBA helpful to you during the time of creating your business?
Yes, they were. And I went to an organization here, the Women's Business Center is SNAP. And that's where I went to one meeting to kind of just show this idea because, sure, your family's like, oh, yeah, it's so great. We love you. You can do anything. But, I wanted to really present it and see what others thought about it. And so you had to lay it out in this business meeting, and there were all kinds of people there doing all kinds of things. So they really got you started with the fundamentals. Here's where you go for this. Here's what you do for that. And yes, hugely, hugely helpful. I recommend them. And
Yeah.
also, there's at the library, there's a resource person that can help typically with, if you're wondering about statistics and things like that. I have a good contact there. And I think, just having some of those in your back pocket so you can refer to them when, okay, I'm having this problem. What do you think about this? And I do have 2 SBA kind of counselors. I speak to one every week who helps me with various things that come along. And another one that I speak to just on occasion. He does more international. So anyway, when those things come up, I'm able to talk to him as well.
That's
So
awesome.
it's been a great benefit. Yeah.
And do you ever want to expand Beetlebug to anything other than socks?
Well, we own the URL to Pillow Talkies, and I always thought like I would love for I don't know, children to have and adults. It's everyone really, everyone to have just again a nice quote, a nice saying, a lovely thing to read. I know that the things that I have around my house that are uplifting to me, somebody's given them to me typically, or I remember where they came from and why they gave them to me. So that's my hope there. And, also, I'm always looking at ways to make Cohen's day a little bit easier. So I have things that I've rigged up all over, trying to, I don't know, help him stand up without feeling nervous. So, and, just, I'm sure there will be something. I'm sure there will be more. But at this point, I'm focused on, getting this out there.
I'm sure too. I mean, it seems to me from meeting you that your mind is always moving and always like you seem to be really accepting to any idea that sort of comes your way. We talked about this last week actually, is the difference between like having a problem and then deciding to go out and solving,
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
and I feel like the people in the adaptive world that I've met, I feel like so many of them are doing exactly what I'm doing. They found something that was challenging for somebody in their lives and they're trying to make it better. So, yeah, I think for sure. And also, I found that the people that I've met in the adaptive world are very collaborative and um, helpful with so much. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great community.
And I love this comment that our team just said, necessity is the mother of invention. It
Yep.
surely is. And hi, Taylor. Thanks for being here. Taylor is a avid watcher of our
Oh,
lives, both Recess for Kids on Friday and also this one. So hi, Taylor.
hi, Taylor.
Um, yeah. So I know that we talked about this a little in the beginning that you started Beetlebug Socks because of your grandson. So how does he actually feel about the company?
Oh, he and I do a lot of little videos, and we like to announce things together. And he is very aware of what's going on.
That's great.
Yes, and I think that he's, people tell me that they just want to see more of Cohen. Every time we do videos, they just want to see him.
He
They
is
want
really adorable.
updates
So
on
if you
him.
were
So.
able to tune in the beginning when we had the intro up, we had a picture of Cohen with Linda in the intro. So that is Cohen, and he is really adorable. So I
Yeah.
understand where they're coming from, that they want to see more of Cohen.
Yep, they want to see more of Cohen. They want to see how he's doing. They want updates, and he's growing like a weed. And I'm only 5 foot tall, so actually,
No way.
I'm rounding up a little bit, and I'm almost 5 feet, and he is very close to meeting me. So anyway, I don't have much time, and he's going to be bigger than me.
Nice. And how about your son? Like, how does he feel about you creating Beetlebug?
Oh, I think both of my sons are, they're very supportive. They're very sweet about it. Of course, I need help with a lot of technology, and they're very, very helpful to me and very, very supportive. My whole family is incredibly supportive. I have five sisters, and I would say I just don't know. Like my sister Chris is the one who's whatever I need. She's just like, oh man, I hope I'm not going to get emotional about this, but she just is my. I feel like she's my backbone. She is always there, to help me with anything. So my whole family is incredibly supportive.
We love family.
Yeah,
Honestly, family is amazing. Pumpkin Fudge was created
yeah.
by Lisa, who it's also a family business. So, and
Hmm.
I'm surrounded by an amazing, supportive family as well.
Yes.
I can understand that 100%. And
Yep.
if you did get emotional, I'd probably get emotional right along with
Right
you.
with me.
So
Yes.
I get it 100%. And Taylor says he asked this question before you answered it. Do you have any brothers or sisters? And do you have any brothers?
I have four sisters. Really, I'm the four sisters and a brother, so I'm the youngest of six.
Nice.
And my
Yeah.
husband,
Yeah,
my
Taylor.
husband is the youngest of 11. He's got a
Wow.
big family.
Wow. Huge family, but that's always
Mhm.
good. I mean,
Yeah, that's the best.
the bigger the family, the bigger the party, huh?
That's right.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love a good party.
Yes.
Where do you see the company in 5 years?
Well, I hope to, have some, we just we're on Zappos, and we announced that a bit ago. We just we're with a big box company now, J.C. Penney, and it's very exciting. They've done a whole reorg, and they're bringing on adaptive, and it's very exciting the way that they're doing it, and we're very proud and honored to be part of this initial launch. And so from there,
Congratulations on both.
oh, thanks. Yes, so exciting. And of course, we just want to keep this growing and get the word out about our socks. And, I really hope that there's so many ways I want to do these socks because I've had a lot of input. Do you have this? Do you have that? And of course, I want to grow and meet those needs
Yeah.
for all kinds of people. So right now, it is just how it is. We do have 12 designs, but we want to kind of specialize things. So that's the goal.
Yeah. And how do you actually how do you find that you hear from your community? Do they email you directly, or do you have usually things that you specifically ask them, like on social?
Well,
Or
I hear directly from them, either through email or the website. Also, just different colleagues and different. I've sent samples all over, and I want feedback from physical therapists and occupational therapists and that input as well. So I'm asking for it. I'm
yeah.
asking them to use them, and and then wanting to
And
hear
that's
back.
always good. I mean, the best way to, improve or change something is through experience. So the more
Yeah,
that you have people using them, I'm sure that it improves the product more and more over
yeah.
time.
That's what we're hoping, is to really just take good notes and to know exactly, what we can do in terms of improvements and continue to grow that way.
Yeah, totally. And as we know, the pandemic has been hard, but
Mm.
hopefully almost over. What is one thing that you have learned from the pandemic?
Well, I think a lot of business owners are saying the same thing. It's about resilience and patience. But one thing for sure, and I've always respected teachers so much, but I did virtual school with Cohen here for months and months. But I think that I've learned that I will never ever take for granted a teacher again. And I don't think I ever really did, but I know now like what they have sacrificed in their own lives, for these other
Yeah.
children every day. And I think that's just one thing. And as I really want to offer, I think, I'm I try to offer grace when I'm out and about, and I think I try to do that even more now, when I'm out, grocery
Yeah,
shopping or
same
whatever.
here. I mean, you never know what people are going through.
You don't, and so, like, just, a helping hand or whatever that might be, I'm pretty alert as, if I see somebody that needs a little something. So,
Yeah.
yeah, thanks.
And what has been the most rewarding part of starting your business?
Well, that's so easy, and it's, I feel like I have a servant heart, and so helping others is really part of that. And so when I get those messages of someone telling me that somehow the sock has been life changing, that's kind of it. That's the reward, is being able to help others.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can totally understand that. I mean, some people are built to help other people and believe
Yeah.
they are supposed to be here to, like you said, be servants to other people in so many different ways. So I love that, Linda, so much.
Thank you.
And what's been the most challenging thing about starting your business?
I think a lot of entrepreneurs would say the same thing, is just doing everything on your own. Every day, I'm doing this out of my home like everybody. And it's just sort of, even though I have those um, supports in my life, family, and also those SBA counselors and everything, it's just being able to bounce something off of someone, or you just don't really have that as you would in a collaborative situation. So I think just kind of being on your own all day it
Yeah.
is challenging.
And truly, I mean, depending on who you ask, a lot of people will say like you can't do this alone. You have to have a support system, whether it's
Hmm.
professionally or personally or but when it comes to like packaging and doing all of that, you have to do it on your own most of the time unless you have a big factory behind you.
Yeah, well, that's where my sister Chris has come up and helped me, and everybody is sort of pitched in my immediate family. But I think the day to day, when you're just working out the all the kinks and all the details,
Yeah.
it's it's not always easy to be on your, just by yourself cranking it out kind of thing. Yeah.
In terms of that, like, do you have any advice to those who want to start their own business? Like,
Oh, I just think, if it's in your heart to do it, you've got to give it a try. And I think the best way to keep it sort of non-risky is to maybe go to a group or an agency like I did, to just get an idea of what it's going to take, so that you can go into it with full knowledge
yeah,
of, or, at least, half full of, okay, this is what it's going to be. This is what it's going to take. And it could give you enough information to either decide to take the risk, because it is, or decide that it's not the right timing. But I always encourage people who have an idea, or, want to do something on their own, that they really should, they should try, because you don't know unless you try.
yeah. Isn't that the truth? I think
Hmm.
that's so important that people don't realize what their superpowers are, what they're able to do until they
Right.
go out and actually like do it. So, are there any products that you recommend? Any products
Oh,
that you like in terms of adaptive?
well, in our house, we have a lot of Billy's shoes. We love them. I love them personally. Cohen has several pairs, and they have this zip on the top. They fold open with this zipper. Well, it's just a very clever design, for one, and also I think that the owner Billy and his staff are amazing. I really love the company.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
and
love
we
Billy footwear as well. We were
do.
recently
Yeah.
with him on a fashion like a virtual fashion show, and he is
Mhm.
awesome
Yeah, he's a great guy, great spirit for sure.
with some really cool shoes actually.
Yes, they're all like, he's really on trend with the fashion, and so cute. Yeah, every time he comes out with a new one, I'm always like, ah, that's so great.
I love that. Maybe he'll watch this. Billy, if you watch this, we love you. We support you.
Yes, we love you. Yes.
Okay, so can you tell us about the program that
Mhm.
donates your socks?
Yeah, so Shriners Hospital here in Spokane. I just contacted the director there, and I told her that I wanted to set something like this up where, a lot of folks, they really like to donate, and especially to organizations that, well, everybody has their favorite organizations. We love Shriners. Cohen still goes there weekly. So people are able to actually go to my website, order socks, and then I deliver them to Shriners when we're there every week. Excuse me. And then they're able to give those socks to children who come into the facility as a gift. So it's really lovely, and I'm just so proud to be a part of them and be a part of that. Uh, that another child will be able to, you know, put on their own socks.
Of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that. And Shriners, that's a hospital, right? For those who may not
Shriners Hospital for Children. Yeah, it's a national organization. Excuse me, but we're able to do this right here locally, where I live in Spokane, Washington.
I was actually going to ask you, we didn't even discuss that. Like,
Yeah,
where are you from? I didn't even know where you were located. Washington. Wow.
Washington. Yeah, we're not on the west side of Seattle. We're on the farthest east side, so we're closer to Idaho and Canada.
Mm, I love that.
Yep, 4 seasons,
And
lots of snow.
how can people get involved? Are there any ways to get involved with the company?
Um, like like in terms of communicating with us, or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, well, our website for sure, beetlebug.com, and then we're on other platforms, as you know, Instagram and LinkedIn and Pinterest.
Yeah, Facebook, all
Facebook, yeah, all the things that I call
the
my kids
things.
for to help me
Are
with.
you controlling your social media right now?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
Sometimes, mm-mm. I'm very nervous on social media. I know I really show my age about this, but I get very nervous. Like I'm going to push the wrong button, and I'm gonna, something isn't going to be right. I do get some help with
It's
that.
okay. I think all parents are like that. Even my mom is like that, and
Yeah.
she has all the things, and she still asks me like,
Yes.
"What is this?" I'm like, "Okay, mom, just
I
don't
know.
push that."
I'm getting the lectures now too. Now I like they've been over this with me once before. I'm like, sorry, forgot.
I love that. And yeah, I mean, if you're interested in getting some Beetlebug socks, check out beetlebug.com.
Yeah.
And like you said, right now you have 12 designs. Is that
12 designs. We have obviously we have children's, and then we have adults, women's, and
Mhm.
we have knee highs for the AFOs. So this one's
Cool.
pinned up, but this one says never give up. So and then also we have a 3-pack men's, which is, a great thing for Father's Day. I guess I'll just say that since we're so
Yeah,
close.
that's a great plug, Linda. Great
Yeah.
plug.
And it has all the words on these, are like all the words your husband or your dad or your brother would like to hear. You're my hero. I love you. And I love you more than all the stars. So
I love
that's what this
that.
that's what this one is.
You just gave me a Father's Day idea.
Yes, that's right.
And someone from our team just said, "What is the material in the socks? Or what are they made of?"
Well, it's mostly cotton. They do have a little bit of elastane, and for the cuff, and a little bit of nylon, but mostly cotton.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
great Father's Day gift.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself coming? Do you have any intention of coming out with different like designs? Maybe
Oh
one
yes.
you
Oh
came out
yes.
before.
It's always going. We're always working on a few more. Just like we were talking about, Billy comes out with some new on trend pattern. We're going to get there. Right now, it's just me, and so kind of putting all those pieces together is challenging. So we'll grow and we'll get bigger and we'll be able to produce more designs quicker, I think.
can totally see Pumpkin Vet's characters on your socks.
Oh, yes.
Maybe we can make that happen one day.
That would be fun. We're loving that little vest that Pumpkin Vet has, and the Velcro. Oh,
yay!
we get lots of
love with the
yes.
beach balls. We never talk about our products on here. So thank you so much for saying that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. How do you come up with? Oh, excuse me. How do you come up with your designs?
Well, I do have somebody help me with some of them. Her name is Susan Aldsworth. She's amazing, and she's a graphic designer. But typically, I'll have an idea. I'll have the saying typically, and then I'll think, well, I'm thinking about this. And then she puts it all together and makes it way more beautiful than I thought it would be. So typically, I'll start with a saying. But I also have some ideas that I'm working on right now that I started with a design first. So I'm not going to tell you what they are, though.
Yeah, top secret. We understand. No pressure at all.
They're coming. They're coming. Yes, new ones are coming.
So yeah, check out all of these different links. We will actually put them in the description of this video on YouTube and Facebook. And yeah, check out the website if you want your own Beetlebug socks. And yeah, and follow them on social. Taylor just said, what is your brother and sister's names?
Okay, so I'll run them down by age, okay? Sherry, Mark, Judy, Lori, Christy, and me.
I love
and don't ask me my husband's names because I'll mess that up because they all have nicknames and there's way too many of them.
Yeah, there are 11 of them. Just yeah, Linda, just don't even. I feel you on that. We just won't even go there. But yeah, beetlebug.com. Check it out if you want your own socks. And thank you so much.
Oh, Shanique, thanks so much. It was a lot of fun. I appreciate you.
Yeah, and if you're watching this or if you watch this afterwards, check out beetlebug.com to get your own socks and find out the story behind it. Watch this episode, share it with a friend, and share it with your grandparents. I suggest you do that. Grandparents are great. Linda is an example of that. So yeah, check us out next week. I'm not remembering who is next week's guest, but check us out next week, same time, same place. And yeah, we'll be here.
Thank you so much. It was really fun. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.